David says, what do high net worth buyers ask first that I'm skipping? A lot of it is probably what's available, as in they don't necessarily want what everyone else can see online. So being a bit unique, they like to be a bit different. They don't want to toe the same line as everyone else. And they want kind of bespoke. That's probably the first thing that would come to mind. Rachel said, 30 days in, what should I be doing? What should I really be doing after I move in? Okay, so it really depends. If you're buying into an older property and you're buying something that maybe needs a little bit of work, I would probably work through an inventory of your house and I would look at the practical stuff. So when you're moving in and you're settled, first and foremost, you're going to make sure all the bills are in your name. So that sounds funny, but gas and electric, or if you have any of those other providers, you want to organize your Wi-Fi, which is obviously key for people. It can be anywhere up to a 4 to 6 week lead time, depending on the provider, and obviously check what's the best route for that. When it comes to what you should really do when you move in, I think it's probably get familiar with the house. Now, it's the not sexy stuff. It's kind of like finding the manual. But if you imagine it, this house is now going to be your version of IKEA. Not that you want to call it a Schleppenrup or whatever the titles of the different furniture are in there, but get to know your house. So look for the plumbing areas, look for cut-off valves. When it comes to electricity, when it comes to the fuse board, just be familiar with those things. And in an ideal world, you'd be able to label them all. And then it just means that if something does go wrong, or when we're getting into the winter months as we are now, you know exactly where things are. So that's the not so sexy stuff, but that's probably a good thing to do. And also get in the good books with your neighbours. So a bottle of wine or a box of biscuits or a cake. Introduce yourself, because they could be your closest ally or your closest enemy, depending on what way you look at it.